Okay, let's do this. Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighbor JaxBlade is back with another episode of Would That Work Out? The series where I use my knowledge of personal training and exercise science to analyze how effective a fictional character's routine would actually be if you attempted it in real life. And today we're covering my boy Dib from Invader Zim, because Enter the Florpus just came out and a lot of you asked on Twitter, and yes, I'm sticking to that story. And also, it's just, it's a fun little thing. I love doing these little, like, ridiculous ones, you know what I mean? Like, they're just so out there and ridiculous, and pretty much y'all already know the answer. I know some people are freaking out, like, where's Trainer's React? I need my Trainer's React. Don't worry, I filmed it, I edited part of it, I'm just gonna upload it tomorrow, alright? That's completely fine. So you have 2 episodes. You can go watch the sub of how heavy are the dumbbells you lift, and the dub episode of how heavy are the dumbbells you lift, and then tomorrow you have a nice little gift from me, alright? You know what, I just wanna, you know, switch it up, alright? Because I don't wanna do the same thing over and over again. Like, that would have been like 3 Trainer's Reacts in a row, and I'm just like, yeah, I just wanna have like a little, you know, different. I like to change my palate, okay? Like, the way my channel is, it's like a bakery, all right? It's not like one of those donut places you go and you're just like, oh, I'm always gonna get a donut here. No, it's a bakery of various different things, of anime, comic books, cartoons, and video games, because I love that. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Now let's look at Dib's training. So our boy Dib, the paranormal investigator trying to hunt down the alien Invader Zim and stop the Urkin Empire from descending upon our planet, let himself go so bad that his ass got stuck in a chair and he needed to train himself to get back into fighting shape and be a badass like his daddy. So raw, and its routine was simple but effective, and it consisted of heavy bag work, which is phenomenal in helping you increase your punching power, your cardio, decrease stress, and the force it requires to repeatedly hit a punching bag is enough to build muscle in the arms, back, shoulders, core, and even the legs. Next up is jump rope. Great cardio, great for coordination, and when doing them with a weighted rope, you can actually get faster results. And our boy was using his power to lift himself in a chair, so you know he would have gotten some strong ass arms. And we'll follow that with some weighted plyometric push-ups. Yes, I am counting that chair as extra weight. Phenomenal for increasing punching power, increasing muscle mass faster, as it is an intense movement, and also accelerating the heart rate, causing the body to work harder and in the process burn fat faster. And when accompanied by awesome death metal guitar music supplied by Best Gal Gaz, that mental pump up can exceed the physical pump up. Like, seriously, I'm not even joking here. Did you know that some research actually shows that depending on which music you listen to, it can have an effect like a legal acute steroid, and it can boost your performance tremendously in the weight room. And some might go as far as to say that music allows for a higher expression of strength in certain conditions. So keep that in mind when you're pumping out and listen to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, people. So rock on, Gaz! Onward to heavy, god damn! Onward to heavy dumbbell curls, an isolation movement which is highly functional as you flex your elbow joint every day to pick up stuff that you don't even think about. It's great for building strength, muscle mass, and nice aesthetics. And finally, we conclude with good old-fashioned dumbbell shoulder presses in the neutral grip position, which is great for those of you who have shoulder impingements like myself, as it keeps the movement in the natural plane of the shoulder that does not hurt your anatomical structure. And it is also great for building muscle, strength, and helping that body get that nice V-taper illusion. Also, all of these exercises done consistently would help you tremendously in your fitness journey, and it's imperative to add them to your routine. But could you go from obese to super jacked to average little boy? Well, lifting weights and doing calisthenics consistently while following your own personal 3-leg stool of fitness religiously, plus the fact that Dib is a child and has newbie gains, would all allow him to build muscle and burn fat faster than the average person, just because all those factors working together. Now, would it be to that extent? Probably not, all right, unless you are just a massive, like insanely massive outlier in a situation where it's just like, oh, okay, your genetics are just insane, bro. But like, for the most people, you all know the answer. Like, scientifically possible. The whole thing of like losing weight, bulking up, and then like losing weight again, that is actually something you see happen a lot, like a lot of the time. Like, there are so many people you actually can see with this, and it's pretty simple thing to do if you're not trying to be about that bodybuilder lifestyle for yourself personally. So like, all it would really take is just decreasing the amount of calories you consume and also upping your activity. So like, trying to do more moderate pace activity, you know, like instead of doing like sprints or list walking, you'd be doing like just moderate, like jogging and running, stuff like that. That would help you to just lose the weight faster. For example, like people you can take like visual notice, like, oh, I noticed them before they used to be tanks and then they got smaller, is people like Takeru Kobayashi, you know, the the food eater. Like, remember back in the day, he used to be just this super brolic like food guy, but then he like shrank and now he's just like a super lean guy. Or one of the greatest of all time who actually made a cameo in Don Brew today, well, quote unquote cameo, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, compare Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilder who put his entire life into building muscle and looking that way, to Arnold Schwarzenegger, the movie star. Still a jack guy, but nowhere near as big as he was, because he actually has a funny story of like how he had to lose weight to get this movie role. And what he did was he just constantly ran every single day and like went on a diet and like focused, but like that's what he was focused on, just like running miles and doing a bunch of excess cardio, because that was going to help him lose that extra weight faster. Because like, remember, like if you're trying to be that big, it takes a lot more food to like maintain what you have. Like, it takes a lot more stuff to maintain that. Like, as many of my bodybuilder friends have told me and shown me, and like just knowing from like various experiences, it takes a lot to like maintain like being just super yoked like that. Like, like of course, like everyone's genetics are different, everybody is different and reacts differently. Soon to be on a shirt coming this Christmas. But yeah, it's one of those things where you have to look at it and go, yeah, it would take a lot of effort to do that. But like, if you were just trying to lose the stuff, it's a lot easier to lose than it is to put on. Like, that is just a fact of nature. Like, if you're trying to put on good clean weight, like good clean like bulk weight, that is far harder than like losing the weight. Because losing weight is just like deficit, exercise more. Building muscle is like, I gotta sleep enough, I gotta eat enough, I gotta like weight train this amount every single day. So like, if you just cut those down, then you know, you just shrink down to whatever you want to be. But again, like, no hatred from any of us, you know, we're all trying to find our own fitness path. But I just wanted to go on that little tangent talking about like Dib's thing of like, because some people were like, why would he lose this thing like that? Because it's a fucking cartoon, y'all. It's just a cartoon. Like, the whole thing, you could not get that brolic within a day. Like, how fast did you get that brolic? Like, this makes Johnny Bravo's transformation look like a freaking joke. It's an absolute insanity. But this is a fun video to do. I love this. So in conclusion, would Dib's training from Invader Zim enter the Florpus on Netflix? By the way, watch. No, I'm not sponsored by Netflix, but I'm sponsored by someone else. No, I mean, like, to build muscle and burn fat at the same time, yes, that would actually work if you're a beginner who has newbie gains and you're, you know, working out consistently and focusing on your 3-leg stool of fitness. Remember, follow those 3-leg stool of fitness videos I always talk about. But yeah, you couldn't go from like obese, more bodybuilder to skinny kid in like a single day. But yeah, you could definitely go from like morbidly obese to bodybuilder to, you know, skinny. It take a longer process. But yeah, I'm so glad I did this video. It was just super fun because Invader Zim is one of my top 10 favorite anime series of all time, and this was a fun video to do. So here's my quick little mini review of Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. First off, I loved it. I personally did. Like, I'm so glad that they were able to take one of my favorite series and make such a great Netflix like animation special for it. Like, I know this was supposed to be on Nickelodeon, but I think they did a really good job. Like, the animation, first off, when he starts off, the animation is gorgeous. Like, the animation is just absolutely chef's kiss, and then the ending too is just, all of that looks great. And I thought it was like animated in Flash, but no, apparently it was still like the normal 2D thing, and that was really well done. And the comedy is one of the big things of why Invader Zim is one of my favorite series of all time. Just like that type of random comedy hits me every single time. Like, there's so many times I was in pain laughing at this movie. I was just cracking the hell up. Gaz and Gur are still my two favorite characters. Love them to death. Like, Gaz, I'm glad they like gave her a bit more personality. Not really that she didn't have a personality before. She had a great personality before, but it was just like, I'm glad they gave her more stuff to do. She wasn't just in the background. I'm glad she was in the forefront of this movie because she is one of my favorite characters, and just like how she doesn't take any shit or anything like that. I thought like everything seen with her, I was like clapping like, Gaz, you freaking get it. And then Gur, I was a bit upset they didn't do more with Gur, but I wanted him to do like, you know, more stuff, but what they did with him, I didn't mind it. The plot of the movie I thought was really entertaining, that they finally got all these people together, and the tallest, like of Zim just saying like, oh, I really thought the tallest would like acknowledge me, but they're just like, oh fuck, I'm not going out of here, let's go a straight line, like forget this. Like, that whole thing cracked me up, like how they don't want to like turn it all because they just want to go in a straight line. That freaking was hysterical to me. The whole thing with Zim and Dib. Like, let me talk about the voice acting real quick. The voice acting, I thought, was a lot of these voice actors still have it, and I was like, oh my god, like there are some little changes where I was like, you don't sound exactly like you do, but of course it's been a decade, and I loved it. I loved all the voices. It was like so great to hear him again. And then Professor Membrane, like, that was a character I liked before. After this movie, I love him. I love the guy. He is such a badass and such a caring father. Like, I'm so glad they didn't do that thing where they have like a father who's like, oh, wait, yeah, like I didn't care about you anyways. Like, it's that sort of mean spirit of like, oh yeah, I don't really care about you at all, son. But like the fact that he generally loves both his children, like he loves Gaz, he loves Dib, and he's like, I'm proud of both of you. I love that aspect. I thought that was just a great little aspect and a great change of pace, especially since his, you know, Mr. Vasquez, like how he does with his humor. So I'm so glad they didn't go that dark route. Like that was actually really heartfelt when him and Dib had their talk, and I thought that was great. Ending stuff, I thought, I didn't like how he at the end certain things, I'll just say it, Professor Membrane didn't like remember anything that happened. Like that was a bit to me. But besides that, Clembrain bothered me at first, but then he made me laugh the second time. I couldn't tell if the movie was making me enjoy it from nostalgia, my personal bias for Zim, or if it was just generally funny. So I'm just gonna say it was an amalgam of all of those things, and I thought it was really well done. And yeah, I think you should definitely give it a chance. If you just love like comedy and quality animation, stuff like that, I think it's a really good show, and I think you should check it out. And yes, people, don't worry, Trainers React will be out tomorrow. I have it ready. I'm just going to do all that stuff, but I just want to have this little video that was a change of pace because I didn't want to have like 3 Trainers Reacts in a row. And for my Baki Kengen video, I started doing it, right? But then I was like, I actually want to go a bit more in depth. I want to have some fun with this. So like the way I was gonna film the Baki Kengen video completely changed when like I was writing the script for it. So that's something y'all can look forward to when I get back, because I'm going to Minnesota for a couple weeks because of a certain food festival. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, like I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy. Thank you all for watching so much. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. Be sure to hit that like button. Share this with your friends, okay? Because I know a bunch of people will be like, oh, this was the anime video. I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna share it. So for all those people who didn't watch it because it's not an anime video, thank you for people who actually did watch the video, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it a lot. And then just like help me share the video around, like it, share, comment, do all that stuff. That actually helps the video out tremendously, and helps get like new eyes on this stuff too, because again, I don't want to be like a one-trick horse and just do one thing. I want to do stuff I actually love doing. So if you can help me with that, I really appreciate y'all to death. But anyways, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, momentai.